Welcome back to Orcs Must Die, and we continue to play each level from the first time as if you are playing it for the first time and getting 5 skulls on it. So there you go. So let's start off. The next level is Hard Ascent, and if you're wondering why the game is in French, it's because I'm practicing my French. Before starting this level, I did not do any upgrades because there weren't any upgrades that I really wanted to pick here. Instead, I decided to save up my skulls for now, and I'm gonna use them later on if anything interesting comes up. So let's go ahead. What do we need to do in order to gain 5 skulls? Well, we need to kill all the orcs, so not let them get through the rifts. We need to make sure that we do not die, and we need to also do this in a certain period of time, which we don't know, so that means we have to kill off orcs as quickly as possible. So what do we have here on this level? Well, we have 2 rifts here with also 2 paladins available to stop any orcs that do come through to the very end here. We also have this little balcony here that overlooks a window through which the flying enemies are going to be coming through. Now, that's one entrance, but of course we also have a few more entrances. Specifically, we have 2 doors here, 1 door here, and 1 door on the other side, through which the orcs are breaking through, as you can see, at the same time. In front of the doors, we don't really have much of a space to put up any traps here, so that means we don't really have ability to stop the orcs there. And this area here is pretty wide, so we can try to push the orcs into the arrow or whatever that is that kills them off there. But that will require a lot of spring traps and wind belt and a lot of actual use of mana to push the orcs there. So it's not very good. We will have 2 ballistas here on the sides to help us out, and we have 2 archers here. So that's, I think, is the area here that we're going to be concentrating on fighting as the orcs, and we're going to be using our traps because there's so many entrances to cover to help us deal with them. So, for that reason, we're going to be picking the Weaver of Steel here. So go ahead, pick her up, and then we are going to go ahead here and choose the weapons that we're going to be using. Specifically, we should look at first the enemies that are going to be coming at us, and we're going to have the flying enemies, the orcs, the crossbow orcs, the ogres, and the gnolls. And the gnolls are a problem. Specifically is that the reason they are a problem because they like to go not only after the player, but also after the archers. So even if I put up the barricades to kind of try to protect the archers, to block off them from the gnolls do have capacity to kind of make it through these areas like this and come up to the archers and still kill them off. So for that reason, archers are not exactly the answer that we're going to be looking for here. Instead, we're going to pick the following weapons. So we're going to get the blade staff just in case, we're going to get the fire braces, we're going to get the ice amulet, and we're also going ahead and get the lightning ring. Now, we're also going to get the tar traps. There's no point of getting the wall traps here, such as the arrow walls or the blade walls, because there's not much of an area that we can put them up. We can put them up, I guess, in this area here to deal some damage as one thing to do, or we can put up the arrow traps, the arrow balls here, so as the orcs are coming up, they get shot at by the arrow balls from the behind. But that's not the choice I will be using because I don't want the orcs to make it all the way there in the first place. So instead, we're going to be using the auto ballista, the lightning trap, this floor scorchers, and we'll put in some archers eventually if we have the money and time to do so. So why do I like auto ballista? Because auto ballistas are like this ballistas, which ones the ones that I'm able to control. Except these ones don't need to be controlled, and they fire and deal as much damage to ogres as this ballistas. So why not use them, right? They're great because of that. Here we go. We're gonna put up the auto ballistas here, and I'm gonna put them up all the way. They are pretty accurate on the long distance too, which is also good. And here we are, we're gonna put up another one. The idea is simple. The ballistas are gonna work on this area while I'll deal with all the orcs that are coming through here. So let's start it off. Let's go ahead and we're gonna put up a firewall here now, so to stop the orcs that come through here. And in the meantime, we are going to go ahead and deal with any enemies that are coming through there by helping our traps, by shooting at the enemies. And now we're going to go ahead and almost, but that was actually very scary. I should have forgotten those orcs as I was coming up. Should not have abandoned them, or should have aimed better. There you go, with 2 more ballistas to help us out here, and I'm gonna go ahead here, put up the arrow wall, and not the arrow wall, the firewall. And then again, I'm gonna stand here and fire at the enemies that are coming through to kind of help out the traps so that there's fewer enemies to put down to deal with. Alright, now we're gonna pick up this upgrade, which means that the traps will be reset faster, that means ballistas will shoot faster. And you're gonna add another ballista here. And let's go ahead and put up the firewall. And the orcs are not coming through here, they're actually coming through... It's the flying enemies that are here. So let's focus on the flying enemies. As you can see, ballistas are very effective against the flying enemies. Go ahead and keep finishing this one out. There you go, good. So overall, we seem to be getting a hang of this area, and so what we are now need to do is to allow us kind of a deal with any orcs that do come up the staircases, right? So for that reason, we want to slow them down so that our traps have time to work on them, or we have the time to deal with them. And then we're gonna put up some traps here also. There you go. That's all I can do so far, the dart traps and so on. But hopefully that's gonna be enough. Let's get the fire gauntlets and let's start it off. And we got the ogre coming through. So I'm gonna wait for the ogre to make it down the staircase because I used to have trouble aiming at the ogre's head while it's moving up the staircase, while it's on the staircase. We'll go ahead and pick up the coins. Good, the ballistas dealt with the other enemies, and so I have the time to put up a few more traps here. The firewall goes up. And actually I should be focusing on the flying enemies to reduce the load on ballistas. Under focus on the flying enemies instead, we should, they can actually start shooting this enemies here. There we go, down. Okay. We are still good, and so let's put up a few more traps here and one more trap here. And we want to put up another ballista in this area. And I was a bit late on here on There we go, good, down. Alright, so we have a bit of an issue here with the fact that the flying enemies do make it through. So that means we gotta put up some more ballistas. Right, 3 more ballistas here will kind of solve the issue with the flying enemies. And We can also put a few more dart traps on this on the gates because that will allow us to slow down the enemies for a bit and allow the ballistas to do a bit more work on them while they're just kind of stuck here. Okay, that's good. And next, we want to also slow down any enemies that do make it through to here, since we don't have any traps here. So that's for now. Alright, and we go ahead and put up. Oh, ogres coming through. Gonna use the ice amulet on the ogre. Alright. And I'm gonna use the time that I do have right now to put up a few more dart traps. And we will go ahead and put up the lightning trap here. And let's go ahead, run and put up a wall, firewall to deal with the enemies. And let's deal with flying enemies also, as much as we can. But we're not seems to be can't seem to get headshots going here. Alright, good. So now more lightning traps. Ahead and close this area off again. Firewall. And I'm gonna go ahead and use now. Killed out that Orcs are being extremely annoying and taking it through. There you go, good. That's another annoying thing, that so many actually made it through the air defenses that we put up. Oh, well, hopefully we can close this off a bit more here. And when it comes to the money that we have, we can also spend a bit on the archers. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to add a few more archers that we can have firing at the enemy.
Vous pouvez compter sur mon arme et vos ordres. Je suis prêt à me battre. Je sers l'ordre.
Now I'm just gonna go ahead and upgrade, and I can't do any upgrades actually. I'm going to go ahead and give health upgrades to the archers, but I can't do that, so it is what it is then. Okay. Instead, we can put up some floor scorchers then instead here as a way to kind of stop the enemies. We'll go ahead, move in, and it's another ogre. So we're gonna stand, wait for. Well, it's actually not one ogre; it's two ogres. Pick up the cash, the coins, and I'm gonna upgrade the archers.
Opiniâtre, ça me plaît.
And now it's time to go ahead and put up barriers here. Oh, the wrong thing. As you can see, the moles did the damage to our archers, which is not good. Oh, we got stuck there. So now, while we have the money and the time, let's put up more scorchers. Firewall goes up. Alright, good. Time to reinforce this, the Scorchers, and we're gonna give the Paladins upgraded blades just in case somebody makes it. It's will kind of, you know, upgrade everything else, might as well do that as well. So here we go, we're gonna put up dart traps here to stop the Orcs. Slow them down a bit more. And we're gonna go ahead and put up the Scorchers on this side as well. Alright, go put up the firewall. And it's actually an ogre. Could not have done that. Well, actually, behind the ogres there were enemies coming, so that's fine. Got moles coming through. Alright, hopefully that stops them. Alright, and that's, there you go, 5 skulls. Alright, so there was a moment there at one point that was, you know, very close that the orc might have made it through, but that was mostly because I was not being as accurate in my shooting. So let's look at statistics wise. We did have plenty enough time before we would have lost the 5th skull. Alright, well, thank you for watching and for listening. If you like this video, please like it. If you didn't like it, don't like it. And please follow, subscribe, and continue watching.